Big Ideas at Queens College.
My name is Francois Pierre-Louis, and my big idea is that Queens shows us that the U.S. cannot survive without immigrants in the 21st century. This is a book that I co-edited, The Immigrant Crossroads. We're looking at Queens as a place where groups from different parts of the world come in and meet to create a new society. Immigrants are usually young. They come to achieve something. They come to do something positive for their lives, not only for themselves, for their families, but also contributed economically to the borough of Queens. Flushing in the 1970s and 80s was a place that was depressed. Businesses were closing, and you really did not have much opportunities there. Today, Flushing has become a modern community with hotels, restaurants, malls. You know, it's the hub of Asia, and it shows really what can happen when you have new immigrants coming in and how they can invest their talents, their money, to turn a neighborhood differently. Those immigrants have been able to empower themselves by becoming citizens, by participating in the process. It took a long time for the representatives from Flushing to change from mostly white to Asian. Still, you know, we have a power struggle taking place in various other elected offices. So I think it is important to get organized, to educate, and also to assume that people will participate if you give them the opportunity to do that. The last election, mayoral election we had a diversity of Asian, African Americans, Latinos running for offices that you could have never thought that 20 years ago they would have run for. City council, like 25 years ago, it would have been mostly white and male. But today, there's a whole diversity of people in the city council. I would say there has been a very positive change. Some people don't like change, but I like change because sometimes you get the best out of new. Because many of these immigrants are people of color, there's a whole lot of resistance. If we are going to be on the cutting edge, we have to look at places that were neglected before. The Trump administration tried to keep them out. When you keep them out, you are punishing your own population. A lot of the people that were more vulnerable to COVID were older people. The new immigrants are the ones who are at the front line. You have to find a way to integrate them, to welcome them. You know, we have to be more looking at it in terms of equity and inclusion based on talents, opportunities, where they came from, and their contribution to our American society. I would encourage anyone who is interested in change, in demographics, and how people work together to come not only read this book, but to come and look at Queens.
Big Ideas at Queens College is a Queens College production.